Back with my pal Mario Cantone.
Slapshot.
Slapshot. Night 2 of Child of the 70s. We just had the boys in the band now.
Yes.
A movie that is, in some ways, pretty similar.
Pretty similar. It's
men
just
thrown together.
Men are men.
Right. Quite arguably the best sports movie ever made.
Well, I don't know about that.
Okay.
But it's a very good movie.
I got it. I say arguably the best sports movie ever made because, well, one, sports movies are very hard to do and hard to get right because fans will constantly nitpick about the stuff that you get wrong because it's hard to get actors to do something that requires an incredibly high level of skill, right?
But a lot of these actors played hockey.
They used
including Mike Onkane.
Clearly, you just see Mike Onkane skate, and you're like, okay, that guy clearly is a hockey player. And Paul Newman, as we know, great athlete, and he had played hockey.
Oh, yeah.
This movie gives you a very particular sense of time and place. It's set in a generic town, Charlestown, in the middle of America, but it's Johnstown, Pennsylvania. That's where they shot a great deal of it. The writer, a woman named Nancy Dowd, her brother,
Ned,
played
hockey in a minor league.
For the Johnstown Jets, and played a lot of minor league hockey. And minor league hockey in the 60s and 70s, there were tons of leagues everywhere, all in these little hard scrabble towns, almost all in the Northeast and into the Midwest.
And a lot, not only the game was the attraction, but the violence was the attraction.
Oh yeah, that's how these leagues survived.
Yes.
That's where the term hockey goon came up. One of when I worked, my first job in television was at WJLA, the ABC affiliate in Washington, the Washington Capitals. I had to learn something about hockey to cover the Caps. They had a guy named Alan May, and he was just, his position, I don't know, I guess technically it was defenseman. He was a hockey goon. His job was to fight.
Well, even in the major leagues, they fought a lot.
That's what I'm saying. This was in the NHL.
But the minor league supposedly was even more.
Yeah, they didn't break it up. They just let him go.
I mean, look, it's so funny about me. I don't love sports.
It's hard to tell.
But, you're wrong about that, Ben, because I'm going to tell you, I love sports movies.
Yeah.
I love this movie. I love The Longest Yard. I love Semi-Tough. I love Friday Night Lights. There's something about sports movies that just move me, and there's a terrific...
Semi-Tough is really good.
Oh, Semi-Tough is so good.
So is North Dallas 40. It's got a lot of slapshot in it because it gets sports at its most basic level. Like, they're not leading glamorous lives at all.
No, they're not. They're scrappy, and rough. And, the locker room language, in this movie, it is, and they're saying a lot of derogatory things about my people, which I should be so offended about, but guess what? I don't get offended because I know that's the way it was, that's the way it is, and we just showed a movie where they used some of the same language, except it came from within our community, so it was okay. But I'd rather see it for what it was and what it is and the reality of it than them cover it up and try to trick me or try to.
But I think one of the reasons why that anti-gay language, which is just part of their insults, right? I'm not trying to minimize it.
Look,
that's what
I did it as a kid.
Right.
We all called each other. I mean, I got called that a lot.
But part of the ways in the movie one of the most beautiful scenes in the movie is a intimate scene, a sex scene between Paul Newman and Melinda Dillon. She was separated from a hockey player on another team in the league. And in the meantime, she sort of cavalierly describes to him how she's started to sleep with some of the wives or one of the wives, right? And their free and easy conversation about Newman going, who cares?
Completely unaffected.
And they're giggling and laughing about it. It's really an incredibly sweet scene.
Look, I don't think he was an anti-gay character in this. I think he just threw the word around a lot.
He's like closing in on 50 and he plays the player coach. Reggie
It's not the most likable character.
Yeah, I mean, it's a hard scrabble town and he's led a hard scrabble life, but he's never not decent to people.
No, he's not.
17 years later, he made a movie called Nobody's Fool.
Yeah.
Robert Benton
movie. So, I love that movie.
I could make a case that my two favorite Paul Newman movies are Nobody's Fool and Slapshot.
I would probably.
And it's very similar characters. You could see the guy in Nobody's Fool 17 years earlier. He could have been a player coach of a minor league hockey team. Could have been the same guy.
I agree, because they're both scrappy and kind of grumpy, and they are. Yeah, they say what they want to say.
But they're decent, and they're going to come through for you in the end if you need them.
Yeah, and George Roy Hill directed this movie. Just a wonderful director. And did different genres, too.
I've been told by people who knew George Roy Hill, including Diane Lane at the TCM Classic Film Fest back in April, he didn't like publicity. I mean, he really hated it. And so he did the bare minimum that had to be done to promote his movie.
I don't even remember what he looked like, so that's...
He didn't want to get out there and talk about his movie. He didn't like any of that stuff. So that probably kept him from, being in the conversation with the other great directors of his generation, which are guys like Coppola and Scorsese and Spielberg and Friedkin and Nichols. But everybody liked him. Everybody liked George Roy Hill.
Well, I love him, and I love this film.
All right, so you should toss to it. 1977, George Roy Hill.
From 1977, Slapshot, starring Paul Newman, Mike Onkine, directed by George Roy Hill.
Yeah, except end with the movie.
Oh, okay. Let's start again.
Yeah, no.
All right, I'll do it again. Okay.
No, do the whole thing. Let's just still go. We're not cutting this.
Okay. Okay, from 1977, starring Paul Newman, Mike Onkine, directed by George Roy Hill. Here's Slapshot.
It's not bad.
And I'm Ben Mankiewicz.
We're back.
Okay, so Mike Onkine, who I think is magnificent, Making Love.
Yeah.
A film directed by Arthur Hiller with Kate Jackson and Harry Hamlin. After that movie, he worked, but he did not have the film career that he should have. And
you look at Michael Onkine, if you just look at Twin Peaks and Slapshot, you would be like, why is this guy not a huge story?
And that's why.
Oh,
people can argue with me, but it's the truth.
No, I buy it right off the...
And he's beautiful in that movie, too, and he's so good in this. He's kind of the voice of reason in this movie. He's kind of the more intelligent one. And that ending where they're just beating the hell out of each other and there's just so much violence, and he starts that strip tease. Now, as a young gay boy watching this, I was like, what? But I really got the meaning of it this time, because it's like violence versus sex or nudity or strip tease or whatever. Just to juxtapose the violence against nudity, which is an argument to this day. They'll show blood and guts, but they can't show, someone's left breast.
Yeah.
It's
and that's the beauty. Again, one of the great things about Slapshot, the announcer, the broadcaster, the guy with the hairpiece.
They were hilarious.
Right? But he's sitting there yelling about the strip tease. He's offended by the strip tease.
Totally.
While these guys are literally just giving each other concussions. We don't care about the violence, but we're offended by a man taking his clothes off until he gives them the win, and then it turned into something.
It's okay.
Yeah. So there was I just think it's a super thoughtful movie.
I do too.
And in addition to Michael Onkine, his wife in the movie is played by Lindsay Krause.
Yes.
Who is just
Who was married to David Mamet.
Was married to David Mamet for a while. She's wonderful. And that's just a couple.
You root for them to get back together. You think they're going to, too, and they don't.
No, I think they do. They're sitting together at the end.
Yeah, but I don't think she wants to take him back. I
think she's going to Minnesota. That's a real place. They're going to Minneapolis. That's a real town. I hope
so. I hope you're right, Ben. But I have doubts.
We'll have to program Slapshot 2 and see if it worked out.
Yeah, I don't think so. Because they're not in it. It's a whole different cast.
Nobody's in it. They shouldn't even be allowed to call
it
Slapshot 2.
Why did they make a sequel? No. Why? You leave it as it is. This is a great little time capsule of, athletes and their recklessness, their vocabulary, and their friendship.
And America, like real America in the 1970s, as industrialization sweeps in and that mill closes because there's a way to do that cheaper somewhere else, and the town is destroyed and they lose this community thing also, this minor league hockey team that they like to go to. So the corporatization of America is well reflected in
it sure is.
In Slapshot.
It takes away their love and passion and community. It takes away a big love the community had. It's very sad that happens. In the midst of all this insanity, they do make that point and they drive it home, and it's what gives the movie its heart.
Mario's done for the night. He'll be back next Friday.
Yep, you're on your own, kid.
All right,
what are we doing next?
The one movie that I asked you to program so we could talk about, and you couldn't get it in 8 movies, 3 Days of the Condor coming up.
Okay, so I watched it because you told me to watch it.
You hadn't seen it.
I'd seen it. I saw it, went to see it in the movies. Yeah. And by the way, I'm just as confused by it as I was when I saw it when I was 15 years old. Ben, explain to me off camera, because I don't want to spoil it, what happens at the end of this movie and who did what. Because, look, I love Faye Dunaway. No one loves Faye more than me, although she was totally and utterly unprofessional. And I love Robert Redford. I've worked with Robert Redford once.
Quiz Show. He directed
Quiz Show, yes. And I think he's great in this, but I don't understand this movie. Spy thrillers confuse me. CIA stuff. Who killed who? Why didn't they kill this one and they killed that one?
What if?
Explain this movie to me.
One sentence. What if there was a CIA inside the CIA? You could have programmed this movie. We could have had this conversation
well, I
on the
didn't,
air.
because I didn't understand it.
Yeah, well, then...
Even when I went to see it as a kid, I didn't understand it. So I'm not good with spy thrillers. You come from a family of politics. I did not. I don't know who killed who and why they didn't kill this one.
Spies.
I come from a family of bookies.
Well,
we knew nothing about the CIA.
Stay with
or
us.
the FBI until they...
Mercifully, Mario won't be here. Coming up next from 1975.
My choice. My choice.
Directed by Sidney Pollack. He wasn't invited.
My choice.
Faye Dunaway, Robert Redford, 3 Days of the Condor.
Bob, can I see you in my dressing room?
Next on TCM, 3 Days of the Condor. Then Brewster McCloud. And later, Badlands. TCM takes a walk on the wild side tonight.